crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
The penetrator. Come on, look, because I always went the farthest into the target, goddammit. Libya, Tunisia, Lebanon. It was me, pal. I was always first in, last out.
This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to. But it's vulnerable out in the open.
Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Branches, Chris Persia, Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000, Penny. He's the mad doctor of disaster and destruction, Adega Outlaw, Sean Eastep, Shellback TJC, Southern Viking, Mockany Draws, David Glenn, Dave G Sound, Larry and Elijah Snow, the Wicked Wrench of the East Project Storytime, Skull, Shockwave, Gun Buddy, and Psychodorf 9. Punk Waddle. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Taco Tuesday. We don't like seconds, unless you're Mexican Ironman, on Mornings of Mischief. Good morning. How are you doing, Mikey? Yawn?
Still waiting for you people to come up with new material.
Yawn?
Telling the same jokes day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Bored with the lack of new material from you people. You people need new Mexican Ironman material. First of all, I only banged one married woman, and that was one time, and that was last year. And this reputation is not built on one act alone.
I would beg to differ. Your reputation is legendary for jumping out of windows of married women's houses. It's legendary. People know it.
Again.
All over there. It's like you being a YouTuber.
Yawning again.
You can sound like you're spazzing out like Arnold Schwarzenegger all you want to. It doesn't change the fact that.
I was so mad at you last Wednesday night. I was on Doomcock show. And Doomcock has taken this thing to a... I mean, you guys harass me. Doomcock every week has like a new one. Last week was because of the Little Mermaid coming out. He was like, watch out for Mike in the Little Mermaid movie because he's probably jumping out of some fishbowl windows down underneath the sea. I'm like, Doomcock! I'm like, this thing's taking on you. Like every time I turn around, it's somewhere new. And Doomcock thinks you're hilarious. He thinks this is funny. He thinks this is the funniest thing ever. Like him and the boys, him and Andy Masterson. By the way, shout out to Andy Masterson. He's probably not awake listening, but happy birthday to him.
He was here. He was here yesterday. Happy birthday, Andy! He was here yesterday morning. I know I saw him yesterday morning. I haven't seen him yet. I don't think this morning. But yeah, happy birthday, Andy.
Culture Casino says, I am making new material all the time. Dropped at least 2 videos a day. Well, if Culture Casino was a businessman, here's what he would do. He would take all the suggestions for all of my new show ideas for his channel, and he would put them up on YouTube. If he used my ideas on his channel, he would have 2 million subs like in a week because the demand would be amazing. Loki, I've come up with some really good show ideas for him.
Well, I've got a couple of things here. Number one, Mark Damply Tired says hashtag Kurt rules Mexican Ironman drools. Psychodorf 9 with $2 super chat says ask Mim about bow hunting Idaho bear.
We already talked about that last week. Where were you? That was last week. We talked about that.
Project Storytime says Mikey wants new material. Do you really want to challenge us?
Bring it on, Josh. Bring it. Bring the rain.
You could have just had emojis on all the channels, but no, you wanted to keep it away from DC's channel.
Nope. I told DC flat out, if any emojis get created about me, about anything with Alf or Fan or ever, I'm not appearing on the show anymore. I'm like leaving the show. I gotta have. Dude, you gotta understand something. Like, let me be real for a second. If I make an appearance, I don't want, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't get paid for this shit. I don't ever want to get paid for this shit. This is fun. I love being a fan of yours. I love being a fan of Doomcock. I love being a fan of, I love and cherish being a fan, and I love it to death. But if every time I live stream, everywhere I go, in the middle of a 12 to 15 hour workday, I got to deal with the same dumb jokes, sometimes it can get exhausting. In particular, if it's, I normally don't care. Like if it's Tuesday morning, anytime during the day, I don't give a shit. But if it's like after 9 or 10 o'clock at night when I should otherwise be in bed, yeah, it annoys the shit out of me because I'm already tired. I've already had a long day and I can only handle so much. That's why I told DC, I'm like, look, you guys can make fun of me all you want.
But that's when you're supposed to have your harem of married naked MILFs there to comfort you and to love you.
Happy birthday, Andy Masterson.
Happy birthday, brother. He says, thanks, guys. Shellback TJC with the $5 super chat says, let's get this thing started correctly.
You people are not listening to me,
Don't you wanna Fenta? Don't you wanna doom?
People are not listening to me.
Don't you wanna Fenta? Thank you, Mark Damply Tired. Thank you, Psychodorp 9, and thank you, Shellback TJC, for your super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Ask and thou shalt receive. Score!
People are not listening to my needs.
Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? Mexican Ironman wants a Fanta, ah, Fanta, ah, Fanta. See, here he goes, ah, Fanta.
People are not listening to my needs. You people are not providing me with a safe space. I don't like it. It is not right.
June Wong with $5 Australian super chat says, I got new material, but YouTube keeps censoring my super chats. I'll save this sick burn till next time. And Culture Casino throws in a $4.99 super chat and says, why are all of Mikey's suggestions for show ideas designed to get me killed? He's not trying to get Loki killed.
No. Of course I won't try to get Loki killed. I'm not trying to get Culture Casino killed either. I'm just trying to help Culture get more subs and have more action-packed adventures. He can survive. Like, okay, here's one idea I had. Culture UFC Casino, Loki. Tell me what you think. In this show, Culture will be in the octagon shirtless.
No.
I'm not even finished. Let me finish the thing. No. Don't do your no. Let me finish. So he's going to be in the octagon. He's going to be in the octagon, and he has to fight until the final round or the death, whatever comes first. And here's the twist. His opponent will be a ravenous, hungry mountain lion.
No.
Dude, you know how many
Why do you want to get him killed?
I'm not trying to get him killed. I just want to.
That's going to get him killed.
No, I want to get the ratings up. I got to get.
Dude, you could.
Culture has made me I'm a high roller on his channel, which means I am entrusted with a mind trust of his programming.
There's an underlying issue here with Mexican Ironman. The
Yes.
MILFs,
Dig Outlaw. Good morning, my brother.
the MILFs, the taco obsession, the constant appearances on many channels. Seems Mike has social insecurities. He's just looking for easy love.
Well, I don't know if that's the case because I kind of had easy love last weekend, but we were
With a married MILF.
No, she's not married. She's single, but she wasn't.
It's
married.
complicated.
Well, she's not married, but she was.
Did she say it's complicated?
No, she's not married. God damn it!
Mikey nailed another MILF last weekend.
No, I did not. No, you're not letting me fucking finish. God damn it! I'm gonna start cursing left and right. No, she wasn't married, but she was a mom. She was a single mom.
Justice for Starry.
I just saw that video again last week. Did I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Golly, that is 48 minutes of the most hilarious YouTube I have ever seen in my life. It still makes me laugh. And God, it was so funny. Oh.
And you know what he does? Oh. He manages to pull off, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. He did it. It wasn't me. It was the clone. See, he's laughing right now. He's got himself muted and he's laughing because he doesn't want you to know.
That was pretty hilarious. No, that was pretty hilarious.
Oh shit.
That was, I gotta say, for that 48 minutes that we did that run, that was no wonder people think we produced that shit because it sounded produced and it was live and on fire and everything was just, I didn't know Steven was gonna be there. I didn't know. And then starry-eyed with her photos and her evidence. And then the thing where like I make her wear a mask to go out in public so that no one knows I'm with another girl. Oh my God, that is the funniest 48 minutes on YouTube I've ever seen. And I don't even like listening to myself talk. I hate my voice on YouTube.
Of course you do. Of course you do. It's because you're not a YouTuber.
Right. There you go. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for acknowledging the truth. God.
I was being a sarcastic ass. Yeah.
Shum is talking shit in the chat. Can we ban him?
Who?
Shum.
No.
Oh.
Shum's great. Shum is great. When Loki takes his summer vacation, we'll see that video again. Actually, it won't be a summer vacation. So I'm not sure exactly because Mike's gonna be there. So there's no really way gonna be a way for me to finagle how I do this when we are in Florida. Me and Eris are in Florida getting married. I'm talking about the show when we're off on our honeymoon and all that shit.
I'm going to run it from Orlando, from the hotel, Universal Studios. I thought we talked about this.
Okay. I guess Mikey's going to run it. There you go.
I thought we talked about this. Didn't we talk about this?
No.
Dude, I swear to God, I thought we had a convo about this last year when we were talking about the wedding, and you said that we're going to go to Universal because the wedding's on Saturday, right? Or Sunday? What's a wedding?
It's a Friday the 13th.
And then you're going to be in Orlando until Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I was going to go with you guys to Orlando, and then no, dude, you don't worry about shit. I'll run the show that whole week.
Okay.
No. We'll have like special guests and stuff like that. I'll show wedding photos.
I had no idea you were going to go to Orlando.
Yeah, well, at least for a day.
I had no idea. I had no clue.
Maybe at least for a day. It depends on my finances because I got to go to Orlando twice now. Here's the thing. I was hoping it would all happen in one shot this year, but I realized early on in January that it wasn't going to happen. I got a trip I got to do with Snowdub and his kids, so that's Universal in Anaheim. I also got to take Max to Orlando. That's the first 2 weeks of August, and then your wedding is in October. Don't worry, I won't crimp your space. I'll just be in the same city in the same park. You won't even see me. Don't worry. I'll fly in. I'll either invite a date, find a date, or don't worry, I can amuse myself if you know what I mean. Ha ha! Ha!
Oh yeah, the parks are full of married MILFs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ladies of the internet, applications are standing by. If you want to be that special someone for Mexican Ironman's voyages to the Universal, the website will be up, and you can. What should the website be? www.BeMexicanIronmansDate.com.
MILFs, the not so final frontier.
Nope.
These are the voyages of Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah.
His lifelong mission to explore not so strange married MILFs.
Yep.
To seek out new married MILFs and new positions. To boldly go where some guy has already gone before.
Single ladies are welcome to apply, even if you have kids, but you must be single. So we got to get that website up, Loki. www.MexicanIronMansUniversalDate.com. I like that.
I think we have a Mexican Iron Man website.
I need Culture's Casino help with that.
There you
go. Maybe he'll let me promote it on the 6 Minute Daily.
Well, I know we have this. I love the end of that .fu.
I gotta admit that is pretty funny. I gotta tell you, someone asked for that. God, where was I? So I was on some live stream on some random. What channel was it? It wasn't Doomcock. Was it Midnight Sit? No. Son of a gun! I should have written it down. I was on some live stream randomly, like it was a surprise, like someone just sent me a link and I just jumped on. And someone asked for that. Like they're like, "Do you have the metrosexual Iron Man clip?" Like they sent in $2 or something. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But that was pretty funny. I'm like, "Dad, got it, you people! Dad,
it took me about 30 minutes to do that." Oh shit! Do you want me to send it to you? I'll send it to you.
No,
I don't care.
No.
You can share it.
No. The last thing I want to. No. The last thing I'm gonna do. No, I see what you did there. I see that. You're trying to get me, Mexican Iron Man, to further expand this plague.
What plague?
This plague of misinformation.
Eris throws the bouquet. Mim catches it and immediately makes eye contact with Lizzo.
Oh, for God's sake, Jun Wong. Oh, for God's sake. No! No!
Thank you, June Wong, for your $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And this one's just for you, June. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Larry with the $2 super chat says, I want some Alf singing to Mim. Let loose the Alf. Did we forget about Alf?
What about Alf?
You're a very funny man, senor.
And a lot of Alfs in chat. Apparently you forgot about Alf.
People need a new hobby.
But they love you. This is the price of fame, Mikey.
Fame?
Yeah, you're a famous YouTuber.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes.
No. How am I a famous YouTuber? No one.
Everyone knows you.
No.
And everyone loves you. And everybody wants you on their show.
No, not everybody.
Yes. Yep. Everybody. Well, unless they're total douchebags and they don't get it.
I'm still waiting for Taylor Swift to call.
Why do you want to get in that piece of...
Taylor Swift is only type. Crazy and blonde.
You can go after Amber Heard then. You want to talk about crazy. That's the craziest fucking of them all.
No, that's beyond crazy. There's no version of Mexican Iron Man that is getting it. I recognize that behavior early on. Nope. Been there, done crazy just like that. Nope.
Mm-mm.
The reason people want me around lately is because Disney's imploding, and I'm a kind of a numbers guy, so I like talking about that. I've been harassing Bob Iger on the internet, on Twitter. That's been fun the last couple.
Well, I do have something really interesting.
Are you trying to celebrate Pride Month?
No, not at all.
Oh.
No. See if you've ever heard of this before.
What?
When I hear businessmen speak eloquently about the social responsibilities of business in a free enterprise system, I'm reminded of the wonderful line of the Frenchman who discovered at the age of 70 that he had been speaking prose all his life. The businessmen believe that they are defending free enterprise when they declaim that business is not concerned merely with profit, but also with promoting desirable social ends, that business has a social conscience and takes seriously its responsibilities for providing employment, eliminating discrimination, avoiding pollution, and whatever else may be the catchwords of the contemporary crop of reformers. In fact, they are, or would be if they or anyone else took them seriously, preaching pure and unadulterated socialism. Businessmen who talk this way are unwitting puppets of the intellectual forces that have been undermining the basis of a free society these past decades. The decisions of the social responsibilities of business are notable for their analytical looseness and lack of rigor. What does it mean to say that business has responsibilities? Only people can have responsibilities. A corporation is an artificial person. In this sense, may have artificial responsibilities, but business as a whole cannot be said to have responsibilities. Even in this vague sense, the first step towards clarity in examining the doctrine of the social responsibility of business is to ask precisely what it implies for whom. Presumably, the individuals who are to be responsible are businessmen, which means individual proprietors or corporate executives. Most of the decisions of social responsibility is directed at corporations. So in what follows, I shall mostly neglect an individual proprietor and speak of corporate executives. In a free enterprise, private property system, a corporate executive is an employee of the owners of the business. He has direct responsibility to his employers. And that responsibility is to conduct the business in accordance with their desires, which generally will be to make as much money as possible while conforming to the basic rules of society, both those embodied in law and those embodied in ethical customs. Of course, in some cases, his employers may have a different objective. A group of persons might establish a corporation for a certain purpose, for example, a hospital or a school. The manager of such a corporation will not have money profit as his objective, but the rendering of certain services. In either case, the key point is that in his capacity as a corporate executive, the manager is the agent of the individuals who own the corporation or establish the institution, and his primary responsibility is to them. Needless to say, this does not mean that it is easy to judge how well he is performing his task, but at least the criteria of performance is straightforward, and the persons among whom a voluntary contractual agreement exists are clearly defined. Of course, the corporate executive is also a person in his own right, and as a person, he may have many other responsibilities that he recognizes or assumes voluntarily. To his family, his conscience, his feelings of charity, his church, his clubs, his city, his country. He may feel impelled by these responsibilities to devote part of his income to causes he regards as worthy, to refuse to work for particular corporations, even to leave his job, for example, to join his country's armed forces. If we wish, we may refer to some of these responsibilities as social responsibilities, but in these respects, he is acting as a principal, not an agent. He is spending his own money or time or energy, not the money of his employers or the time or energy he has contracted to devote to their purposes. If these are social responsibilities, they're the social responsibilities of individuals, not of businesses. What does it mean to say that the corporate executive has a social responsibility in his capacity as a businessman? If this statement is not pure rhetoric, it must mean that he is to act in some way that is not in the interest of his employers. For example, that he is to refrain from increasing the price of the product in order to contribute to the social objective of preventing inflation, even though a price increase would be in the best interest of the corporation, or that is to make expenditures on reducing pollution beyond the amount that is in the best interest of the corporation, or that is required by law in order to contribute to the social objective of improving the environment, or that at the expense of corporate profits, he is to hire hardcore unemployed instead of better qualified available workmen to contribute to the social objective of reducing poverty. In each of these cases, the corporate executive would be spending someone else's money for a social interest insofar as his actions in accord with his social responsibility reduce returns to stockholders. He is spending their money. Insofar as his actions raise the price to customers, he is spending the customer's money. Insofar as his actions lower the wages of his employees, he is spending their money. The stockholders or the customers or the employees could separately spend their own money on the particular action if they wished to do so. The executive is exercising a distinct social responsibility rather than serving as an agent of the stockholders or the customers or the employees, only if he spends the money in a different way than they would have spent it. But if he does this, he is in effect imposing taxes on the one hand and deciding how to spend the tax proceeds on the other. This process raises political questions on two levels, principle and consequences. On the level of political principle, the imposition of taxes and the expenditure of tax proceeds are governmental functions. We have established elaborate constitutional, parliamentary, and judicial provisions to control these functions, to assure that taxes are imposed so far as possible in accordance with the preferences and desire of the people. After all, taxation without representation was one of the battle cries of the American Revolution. We have a system of checks and balances to separate legislative function and imposing taxes and enacting expenditures from executive function of collecting taxes and administrating expenditure programs from the judicial function of mediating disputes and interpreting law. Here, the businessman, self-selected or appointed directly or indirectly by stockholders, is to be simultaneously legislator, executive, and jurist. He is to decide whom to tax, by how much, and for what purpose, and he is to spend the proceeds. All this guided only by general exhortations from on high to restrain inflation, improve the environment, fight poverty, and so on and so forth. The whole justification for permitting the corporate executive to be selected by the stockholders is that the executive is an agent serving the interest of his principal. This justification disappears when the corporate executive imposes taxes and spends the proceeds for social purposes. He becomes, in effect, a public employee, a civil servant, even though he remains in name an employee of a private enterprise. On grounds of political principle, it is intolerable that such civil servants, insofar as their action in the name of social responsibility are real and not just window dressing, should be selected as they are now. If they are to be civil servants, then they must be selected through a political process. If they are to impose taxes and make expenditures to foster social objectives, then political machinery must be set up to guide the assessment of taxes and to determine through a political process the objectives to be served. This is the basic reason why the doctrine of social responsibility involves the acceptance of socialist views that political mechanism, not market mechanism, are the appropriate way to determine the allocation of scarce resources to alternative uses. On the grounds of consequences, can the corporate executive in fact discharge his alleged social responsibilities? On the one hand, suppose he could get away with spending the stockholders or the customers and the employees' money. How is he to know how to spend it? He is told that he must contribute to fighting inflation. How is he to know what action of his will contribute to that end? He is presumably an expert in running a company and producing a product or selling it or financing it. But nothing about his selection makes him an expert on inflation. Will his holding down the price of his product reduce inflationary pressure, or by leaving more spending power in the hands of his customers, simply divert it elsewhere? Or by forcing him to produce less because of the lower price, will it simply contribute to shortages? Even if he could answer these questions, how much cost is he justified in imposing on his stockholders, customers, and employees for the social purposes? What is his appropriate share, and what is the appropriate share of others? And it goes on and on and on and on.
Who's he?
And on. We could put he as Bob Iger. We could put he as Bob Iger. You could put this company in Disney.
No. But who wrote this?
This was written September 13th, 1970 by Milton Friedman. And it was in the New York Times. This entire article is about everything that is wrong with corporations and companies today, because they care more about activism. They care more about social justice. They care more about all of that bullshit than they do about making money. And it's a doctrine of socialism. The last paragraph here, but the doctrine of social responsibility taken seriously would extend the scope of the political mechanism to every human activity. It does not differ in philosophy from the most explicit collectivist doctrine. It differs only by professing to believe that collectivist ends can be obtained without collectivist means. That is why Capitalist and Freedom, his book, called it a fundamentally subversive doctrine in a free society, and have said that in such a society, there is one and only one social responsibility of business: to use its resources and engage in activities designed to increase its profits, so long as it stays within the rules of the game, which is to say, engages in open and free competition without deception or fraud.
Okay.
Southern Viking says everyone has been with Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure I just killed the entire momentum, but
well, I just need a little more coffee before I get into Milton Friedman for the morning. But yeah, corporations suck. This
is everything. This is everything that is wrong with corporations today.
Well, it sure took them a while to get there. I mean, you saying this has been professed since the 70s?
50 years old. This is 53 years old. This was written on September 14th, 1970.
Well, corporations, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think that you keep saying that I'll know when it burns down, but I think the shit's burning down left and right all around us.
It doesn't matter. Profits don't matter. Profits don't matter to Disney. Look at Disney. Look at where Disney's at. Look at where Disney's at. Profits don't fucking matter. Our what we're doing matters. Hiring this person is what matters. Speaking these terms, we, them, thou, those, others, that's what matters.
Loki,
all this other shit is what matters.
I'm concerned that we need a new sponsor and we need to do what these corporations are doing. What are we doing on this channel for Pride Month?
Well, I'm not doing shit.
But Target says
they're they're just like anybody else.
Target says, Bud Light says, Disney says, everywhere I go, they say we need to do more Pride and more.
And that's their problem. That's Disney's problem. That's what they care about. That's all they care about is socialism and their social look. They don't care about profits anymore. Why do you think their shit's in the tank?
Right. That's why we got to focus on the Pride Month.
No. The focusing on the Pride Month's what got them.
I think Tom and Andre would need to. I need to have a talk with Tom and Andre about what are we doing over on those channels for Pride Month.
Tom says he's a prophet.
I'm brainwashed now, Loki. I'm ready. I'm ready to go get us some sponsors for the morning show. Now, do you want Target or Lowe's or both?
No, none of them. I don't want any of them.
Loki, we're focused too much on our viewers on this. Just so what we're basically learning is that what we're supposed to do, Loki, is we're not supposed to care about Tom or Dave G Sound or
Man Squatch.
What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to do what our corporate overlords want us to do, and the needs of the people don't matter.
Andy says we can showcase his new Mulvaney action figure.
Wow, that's so disturbing in so many ways. I want to know this, Andy. Does it come with a swappable groinal region where you can be in transition with a simple snap of a plastic? Can you imagine, like, if
no, they just come like they're anatomically incorrect as a Ken doll.
Just know for $2 says, look how sponsors worked out for John Campion. That is so funny because on my list of shit to talk to you about today, John Campion was on my list.
Okay, hit us with John Campion.
No, I mean, I'm okay with talking about corporations burning society to the ground because, I mean, I could go either way.
Well, they're burning themselves to the ground. They're burning themselves to the ground. They don't care about their profits. They've become so big they don't care about their profits. They're under this illusion that they're going to be here forever, that they are immortal, that they are so big they cannot fail. I said that from the very beginning, that Disney thinks it's so big it cannot make mistakes. That is the beginning of the end. When you think you're so big you can't fall, that's when you start to fall.
Well, speaking of thinking you're so big and you can't fall, that was why I was going to bring up John Campion today, because there's this video floating around where the guy's having a meltdown. You know, I don't understand why you would melt your own audience down. I don't understand why Bud Light does it. I don't understand why John Campion does it. I just don't fucking understand why you would burn your own shit to the ground. Whether you're
I watched a YouTuber call their audience dumb cunts. You're all dumb cunts. I watched them do that. I watched a guy tell his audience that they were lazy fucks, and unless they sent him $100 right then and there, he was not going to keep playing some fucking game that he was playing because he wanted $100 super chat right then.
You know what John Campion did in his video? He fucking told his audience in the video that he wanted 30,000 people to unsubscribe in 24 hours. Who the fuck does this stuff, Loki? Like, these people are crazy.
Yes.
These people are insane. These people are crazy. Why can't we all get along and all go make society better? But no, some people hate this country. And I don't know, what is there to hate about this country? People hate freedom. I guess they love. Is it that people love laziness more than they? I don't know I don't understand. Do people love laziness and then hate hard work and individual responsibility and hate freedom? You love being a drone following other people, and you hate. I just don't understand it.
Because sheep feel better when they're around other sheep.
We're going for another 20 minutes, Tom.
I just sent him the link.
Okay.
I just sent it to him.
I mean, literally.
Check your Twitter, Tom.
Literally, I think there's this psychosis going, whether it's, I mean, if you're an exec at Target right now, or Bob Iger at Disney, or wherever the fuck, or Lowe's, or whatever, I mean, what are those meetings like with those executives where they're like, I mean, look, I'm not the biggest pro-Mexican nationalist La Raza guy by any stretch of the imagination, but let's just go with this. In California, 40% of the people in California are Hispanic. How many people are trans gay? 9, 8, 5, 15? I don't fucking know the number. But all I'm saying is this. We don't get a whole month. Look, I'm not going into a Target, Loki, and wondering where in the hell is the Sombrero Cinco de Mayo area, right?
Right.
Like, I don't go into a Target and say, well, for Mexican pride, and what are they proud of? Are they proud of Are they proud of like what? Who they bang? That's something
Yes.
to be proud of? Is that what Pride Month is about? Hey, I'm proud.
Their sexual orientation, yes.
I'm proud of who I bang and who bangs me when I'm face down in a pillow. That's what we're proud about?
Yes.
We're not proud.
Yep.
What about being proud about things like your pop and my pop did, where they're like, flying, where they're taking care of America's security and they're flying around the globe and their boots on ground and missiles in air? What the hell?
What about being proud of the things you've done in your life? Oh my God, I'm getting a phone call.
That's your ringer?
Yes.
That's your...
Yes.
Sounds like a bat phone. Is that the bat phone ringer from the old 60s show?
It's the bat phone ringer from the old 60s show.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh God!
It's the bat ring from the 60s.
Carlos has got it for $5. Mexican Ironman. Yes. Do you feel relieved now that Blue Beetle will show Hispanics can finally be superheroes? Also, what's the broken window count now? All right, Carlos. You know what? First of all, let me answer that. It's a two-part question. Carlos, first of all, I don't give unlike my best friend and brother, and one of my best friends and brother, Latino Slant. I don't give a flying fuck about no Blue Beetle. I've never read that comic. I never even heard of that motherfucker, and I'm a DC guy. So I don't know. I never gave a fuck. I'm like about real DC heroes, like the classics. I don't know who the fuck Blue Beetle is. I never read his shit in the comic book, friends. I have zero interest in seeing this fucking movie. Will I probably see it? Yeah, I guess. Because I'll probably be asked about it. I can't. It's kind of like Wakanda Forever. I had to go see it because there's fucking gay Namor in there. So I guess I got to go see this. So I'll go see Blue Beetle, but no, I don't give a flying fuck. I'm so excited. It's going to be George Lopez. I fucking hate George Lopez. You know what? On a good day, if I'm drinking, I'm funnier than George Lopez. And plus, I write my own jokes, unlike George. And you know what? I'm never going to be the type of guy that takes my wife's kidney and then dumps her and bangs some other chick, despite popular belief. Now, what's broken window count? There's no broken windows, Carlos. Do not subscribe to these people's misinformation and fake news. Hashtag fake news. Yeah. Okay, next. What are we doing next? What are we talking about? We're talking about something. I was on a rant.
You were on a rant.
Yeah, like can you imagine us sitting there being the executives at Target? Like,
thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. Should we give him a skull?
Oh yeah. What should we give him? We got nipple gun. We got Mexican Iron Man. We've got jumping out of windows.
No.
We got jumping out of windows.
The fucking jumping out of windows.
Skull!
Oh!
And welcome, Tom.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Doing all right. How are you doing? Good morning.
Thomas here should satisfy the understanding for us about why in the heck would you burn your own audience to the ground?
Well, that's a great question.
Why, Tom? Why? It makes no sense to me. I had not
ESG credit score. That's why.
All right. Well,
you asked earlier, where's the money in it? That's where the money, and you know the answer to that, Mike.
Yeah, and explain to people out there, the audience that may not know what exactly you're talking about, what that is.
All right, so let's say here, jump in and correct me. Jump in any time, Tom. But basically, it's like this: I want to buy a house. Traditional credit scores are important because you qualify for a loan. If I have a 710 credit score and I got money in the bank, then I can go buy a house. That's the way it always was for people individually and for financial institutions and corporations. They have their own Equifax and they have their own Dun & Bradstreet reports that has their own credit scores. But along came this bright idea to come up with this new thing that, let's say Loki is a corporation. Because every Tuesday he has a Mexican on his show, Loki, even though he's got a 710 credit score, there's a whole other score of diversity, inclusion, and ESG, equity, social responsibility, and governance, where Loki has a new score where he now gets a 90% for having a brown guy on his show on Tuesday mornings. And that helps Loki go and get things like lines of credit and bank financing. And anything that Loki does, that will further prop up the Brown Nation, that makes him look like a virtuous morning podcaster and corporation, which, by the way, Loki is a corporation.
The horse shit, basically, we were just talking about previously.
Loki can have a 510 credit score in real life, but so long as he's got a 90% minority ethnicity score, and then if I were gay, that would boost his score even more. But we're not going to go there.
And if you want to know why companies are failing right now, if you want to know why banks are having such a hard time, because they're going, okay, we're gonna give $100 million to these idiots over here that have no idea how to run the business, but they've got a gay guy and a woman on the executive board. So hey, it'll work out just fine.
But that doesn't solve the immediate mystery of this. Why would a YouTuber like Campion burn his own? Who in the right's mind asks for 30,000 of their subscribers to leave within 24 hours? Tom, you know this guy better than anyone.
John Campion is a douche hound. He thinks his shit don't stink, but it smells like poo poo.
And he got rid of what's his name?
Robert Meyer
Burnett. Yeah, R&B. That's some bullshit.
I can't afford to pay people because I'm a stupid idiot who don't know how to understand financing. Even though I created this empire, I blew it.
And the week before, I'm going to show off this new camper I bought, but I don't have money to pay my people.
Greetings and salutations. I'm a moron. I'm a knuckle dragon cousin humping lover.
I love my brother, Robert Meyer Burnett. I love him to pieces. He knows that. But there's three things he and I disagree on. One of them is KK. Second, Picard season 3. Third is John Campion, how he got treated. I hate Campion. I always said he's a shill-ass, beta-ass bitch. And then that video, I mean, Jesus Christ, good God. Who asked for 30,000 of your subs to leave? And then what freaked me out is Tom went on live yesterday. Tom went on live, Loki, and he was showing the video counts, like how many views he's got.
He got 30,000 people watching.
Exactly.
He told people to unsubscribe. He didn't have enough people paying enough attention to unsubscribe in any amount to make it matter.
Holy shit.
Dude, John Campion's view counts were like, I mean, I don't know. How many
They're in the dirt. Like 12K, 6K, 7K. Like he has some shorter videos and reviews that were up in the 90 to 100K range, but only a handful in the last couple of weeks.
I made the joke.
Not much.
I made the joke in a super chat to Tom and Andre that my Wakanda Forever rant video on Midnight Edge got more views than any Campion.
It did. He's not wrong.
Than any Campion video in the last year or two.
Snowdub says, buy home. I can't even afford the rent's due.
6 days overdue, Snow.
Rent's due.
Rent's due.
Is it 1 month and 6 days now? Or is it 2 months and 6 days now?
Wait,
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Snowdub.
6 days late.
6 days late.
Yep.
Where's my fucking money, bitch?
Bitch,
where's my money?
So, Loki, I got exciting news.
Okay.
So our boy Bob Iger was out in Cupertino yesterday, and yesterday I think I'm almost successful in talking Paul Chato into buying me and Tom a matching set of these. Apple's new $3,500 Vision Pro AR headset.
He was pretty quick to say I could afford it. He didn't say yes.
Right.
Okay. They aren't AR. They aren't AR. Apple can throw the AR on there. They are not augmented reality. You cannot feel what you are holding. You cannot feel what's touching you.
Get a restraining order.
That's right. So you can't. It's not augmented reality until you can feel yourself in that reality.
For that price, it better do a hell of a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
For $3,500, somebody better show up with these goggles at my house, and somebody better be touching and making me feel a special way.
I was going to say, Mikey will be playing with this, and he won't have to jump out the window. That's how real it was.
Tom, dang it, Tom.
You'd be like, baby, your husband ain't never coming home.
Oh shit! Where's the yawning now, Mikey?
Oh Oh, shut up, you guys.
Oh, I'm up way early. I'm running on fumes here. I had to take Sadie in this morning, so that was.
Oh,
How is she doing?
She did not want to fucking go. She knew up and down. She's like, something's up here, and I am not going to be a part of this. Like, see, like here, I'll show you. This is her this morning. Like, I wanted to do more video, but she was just not having it. Like,
Hi, Sadie.
she's like,
Say
nope.
hi, Sadie.
Is this at 5 in the morning?
She does not want to go. We'll go for a ride.
Like, nope.
She's like freaking out. She's sort of being naughty right now. She's not supposed to be
Oh,
on
look,
the couch.
look, she's sitting on
Say
the.
hi, Sadie.
She's not supposed to be on the couch either. She got up there. She's like, I'm just going to sit here on the couch with you. And I'm like, no, we got to go. I'm sitting here with her leash trying to get her leash. And then I had to borrow my dad's truck because of my car situation. And I told my dad, because my dad actually had to use his other vehicle today to go to his appointment. And I'm like, I wish we would swap because your other vehicle's closer to mine. And I think she'll actually get in the back hatch because that's usually what she does is she just hops in the back of my HHR. And he's like, well, I need to use it today. I'm like, I think she's going to be a bitch to get up in that car. Oh, you can lift her. I'm like, you lift 90 pounds of pure hard fucking dog that don't want to get in a car. And
Right.
She did not want to get in that truck. Oh my God, that was a pain. I was sweating my balls off just trying to get her to the vet this morning. But we got her in there and she was fine once she got in there. Once she saw the building, she was ready to go right inside because she knows it because she gets treats in there.
Oh. So when does she get out? How many days is she in?
Well, they said she should be done this afternoon. There's a slight chance, if they don't get her until too late and she doesn't come out of it soon enough, they'll keep her overnight. But I told him, I said, I don't advise that because she has separation anxiety, and if she wakes up and nobody's there, she's gonna freak the fuck out. So yeah. So hopefully everything goes without any problems. They did say they had a couple of emergencies come in this morning that kind of got bumped up ahead of her. So hopefully they can get her in before this afternoon and she comes out of it before too late so I can go get her today. Then getting in my dad's truck is going to be the fun job. I'm going to probably have to have one of those guys help me. But yeah.
Well, congratulations on getting her in. I mean, it seems like it was a forever ago, but it was only 10 days ago that
I know. This has been a whirlwind.
If you think about it, it was only 10 days ago that you found out, the tragedy struck. Right.
Well, hopefully it won't be anything too big. Like the test they ran on it said it was benign, the growth or mastocytosis.
That's so good.
Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, it goes without a hitch today, and it seems to be in an area that hopefully it won't bother her too much when it's all said and done. So it's like right between her hip and her tail there. So hopefully it won't be a big deal when it's all said and done. Yeah, we just got to get through today, but yeah, that's why I'm awake this morning, boys.
Well,
how did your the GoFundMe go for her?
Very well. In fact, that was I got to thank Mikey and Six for pressuring me into doing it anyway in the first place. But yeah, that was kind of what I was holding off on. I'm like, I told them guys, I'm like, I'm not going and confirming anything until I know I've got enough because I was in a tight spot, especially considering my car took a shit the same day. So yeah, that's been a whole nother thing because now it's going to be another couple of weeks before I get that back. But hopefully Sadie should be all done and taken care of here by this afternoon. So then just comes the 2 weeks of her whining about being in the cone again, I'm sure.
Yeah, no one wants to be in the cone of shame. No dog.
Well,
no
poor
animal,
girl,
no
she's
nothing.
already been in it for like almost 2 weeks, like Mike said. And then, or actually, it's been pretty much exactly 2 weeks, yeah. And then I don't know how long she's going to be in it now after she gets stitches and stuff like that. But I'm assuming it's going to be at least another 2 to 4 weeks. But yeah.
DJ Ronnie G sends in a $2 super chat and says, dogs are my favorite people. I totally understand that. Dogs are great. Dogs are family. Snowdub says, now my dog needs to go to the vet, hoping it's nothing major.
Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully, yeah. I know you've had some luck there with your dogs of recent snow. I know you had. I know you think you lost one recently, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I tell you, when something happens with the dogs, it's like you never know. And then when it happens, it's always something dramatic. Like when Bambino got in a fight with that copperhead snake. Man, he was a goner.
I remember that. You were
Vet
freaking
told me
out,
another
man.
2 or 3. Had I not taken him in at 2 or 3 in the morning, then she told me flat. It's like he probably would have been alive the next morning. You know.
Bambino's such a cute little doggy too.
Oh, Bambino needs to start doing things to pay the rent around here. Where are you?
Somewhere his head came up, looked, and then went, "Shut up, bitch," and laid back down and went back to sleep. Oh, tell me he didn't.
Bambino has recently diversified from squirrel hunting to rabbit chasing and raccoon hunting.
Oh, geez. A raccoon would eat him.
Dude, he went after a raccoon, and I thank God he was on the leash. I had to like reel him back because that raccoon turned right around and just stopped.
That raccoon's probably like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
Right. Bambino went, "Rah, and he took off running, and he went the length of the leash, which is 25 yards, right? Because it's one of them pulley things with the pullback thingy, and he went, you know, and stuff. But the raccoon, as soon as he heard the first, he turned around and just stood his ground, and that fucker was like, Bambino's like, I don't know, 7 pounds and like maybe like a foot long. That raccoon was 3 feet long and about a good 12 inches high. And he just turned right around, sat down, and said, "Bring it, bitch. Bring it."
Oh, yeah. They don't give a shit.
The raccoon was like, "Fuck, I am not fucking with this shit." He literally just stopped, turned around, looked at the threat, and assessed that the threat was not a threat. Bambino said there.
It's like it's a yipping rat. What should I care?
Exactly. I think the raccoon turned around, looked at Bambino, and said, "Oh, breakfast is here.
Breakfast is served."
You're probably lucky that coons aren't really all that much meat eaters. He probably just kind of like, "Oh, what the hell is that squirrel bitching about?"
Yeah.
They're more of like scavengers. They want stuff that's already dead. They don't want to have to fight for their food.
They'll eat like a candy bar before they'll eat certain other things. That's why they're dumpster divers. Little trash pandas.
Trash pandas.
Dumpster divers. Hey, you guys stop criticizing my dating choices.
Oh, stop diving into dumpsters to get women.
Get it? Ba-boom, bam.
Yeah. Ba-boom. Yeah, I see Andy. Yeah, I remember you just lost one back in March. That's too bad, man.
Andy's like 57 today or last night or 6.
Yesterday was his birthday. Yeah.
Right. He's like 59
and he looks like he's 22. Makes me feel like I'm 86.
Dude, Andy Masterson looks half your age. No offense.
I'm not gonna take any. It's
Andy has more muscles in his right bicep than we have combined.
I thought you were as old as Mike. When you said you were 43, I was like, holy shit, you're like 9 months younger than I am.
Yeah.
That's impossible. You got to be older than I am.
Loki, that didn't come off as a compliment to Tom. Newsflash. Hashtag.
It's all right.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Loki,
look, his
knowledge, right?
His knowledge, it's his knowledge and his tastes. Yes. You've got knowledge and taste like you grew up in the 70s and like you were in 80s, okay?
Exactly.
Which is like I like the same shit.
I told him that too. Like it's like he was born in 1959 or 60-ish, like because he knows so much shit. You know? So
yeah, it's not that it's like, oh my God, you look old. It's that the with your knowledge and your movie knowledge and the stuff you like, you come off like you were 70s, like you grew up in the 70s and the 80s instead of
Tom talk
like
about,
me, grow up in the 80s and the 90s.
Like Tom talks about Jaws like he was alive when it came out in the theater. I mean, give me a break.
Yes.
I'm like, Tom, you weren't even alive yet.
It's because it was in our DNA.
Yeah.
Like it was just ingrained in our DNA.
What does that mean?
Star Wars and Jaws and all that. Like when we came out the womb, we just automatically knew what it was. Kind of like, Jason and Freddy Krueger. We all knew who they were growing up. Like Freddy, like everybody knew who it was instantly. And I mean, there was a time in my life before Freddy existed, but I don't remember it. I mean, there was just certain things in that era that just kind of permeated the pop culture and they haven't went away.
I wonder what that's going to be for like my Max who's 10 years old. I don't think he's going to have any of that like we have.
Well, it's funny you asked that because there's been a lot of people who have been coming after me the last couple of days over my Spider-Verse comments. And they're like, you're just going to have to deal with it. Miles Morales is the future and people love him. And kids today, that's their Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, we'll see if he's still around in 30 years. Because you know what? Peter Parker's been around for 60 plus years.
Right.
You know, same thing with every other superhero. And what happens to any superhero that replaces them, outside of a very few random ones that you could pull out of your ass, like the Flash, where really how much is the Flash that we have today anything like Jay Garrick's original Flash, right? Like, I mean, that's the only, you're very much stretching it. It's just the same concept and name more so than anything. But at the end of the day, it's like, who really thinks that Miles Morales is going to be remembered in 30, 40 years from now?
Well, how many of those do you have now? You know, you've got,
that's my point.
Like you brought up the Flash, you know, you've got Bart Allen, you've got Barry Allen, you've got Jay Garrick, you've got Wally West, you've got all these different iterations of basically the same character, or the same superhero,
one
just different flavor. Backgrounds, one in every flavor. That's right. Yeah. You've got a girl one. I can't remember what her name was. Zip It or some shit.
Zip It.
I honestly can't remember her name, but it was something. You had, so you've got Superman. You've got John Kent, which is his son now, I guess. So you've got girl Superman.
Undead Raymond says, why can't we have both? We can. My issue is just so much how people are like the end all be all, trashing Peter Parker for this, saying like Miles Morales is the future. It's like, that's great. He's got a hand me down. They couldn't even give him his own goddamn name. To me, that's the biggest problem people have, is that they call him Spider-Man. It's not. First of all, at best, it's Spider-Boy. And then, you know.
How about Spider Minority?
Oh, well, like, one of the names he went under was Kid Arachnid. That's not bad. Why couldn't they just call him that?
How about Minority Spider?
You know, it sounds like Childish Gambino. Kid Arachnid? Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like Iraq. What about Iraq Kid?
Iraq Kid is good too, yeah.
What did what's his name call him in the first movie? Or no, he was arguing with him about it. It was the guy from Army of Darkness.
Bruce
it was Bruce Campbell.
The
Thank
Human
you.
Spider. That's a horrible
Human
name.
Spider. Yeah, that's it. The Human Spider. That's a horrible name, kid. It's the Human Spider. Nah, it's Amazing Spider-Man. Go on, kid. Spider token.
6 arms and 2 legs. Yeah.
How about
Spider X?
Spider X. No, Spider. No, hold on. Spider Latin A. No, wait. He's not
I am
Latin.
very confused now. It's just like him.
Yeah, are you getting confused?
Well, then the other thing I did is I pissed off the weebs.
What did you
But
do?
I do that
who
on a
cares?
daily basis. Well, I retweeted that Superman trailer, the new cartoon they got coming out, because it's clearly trying to look like anime. And oh my God, did they freak the fuck out. They're like, don't you dare compare this shit to anime.
Well, I got into it with Paul a little bit yesterday on a phone call, and when we were doing our workout, our training, and I said, look, number one, I didn't like the last movie. Number two, I can't stand the animation style. Number three, I was never a big Spider-Man fan in general growing up. I didn't read the books. I didn't collect
Yeah,
them.
you don't talk about Spider-Man a lot.
Oh, yeah, you never have. You've heard me talk about DC shit, but you've never heard me talk. So I didn't read the books. I didn't read the old books. I didn't read the new books. And you know what? I didn't even like the last movie when I saw it. When I saw it and I left the theater, I was like, why the fuck did I just waste my time watching this shit when I only have like one movie every couple of weeks that I see? Speaking of which, I need to get back to the movies.
So it was the 90s. I'm looking it up. Return of the. So my dad was a big Spider-Man fan, and it was Return of the Sinister Six. When was this? It was the early 90s. So the game came out in 92. So I imagine the comic came out around then. My dad saw that in a package. It was the whole series in a package at Walmart, and he brought those home. And I wasn't a big Spider-Man fan then. In fact, I wasn't big on Marvel. I was into DC at the time. And Spider-Man was kind of like my way into Marvel. I started reading more Spider-Man and started reading more X-Men, but it was the Return of the Sinister Six. And what happened to Sandman? They glassed Sandman. They turned him into a glass statue. Doc Ock does. He has like this gun that turns him into a glass statue because he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to go along with the rest of the guys, and they end up bringing someone new in. Peter Parker gets his ass torn up. He gets his ass beat so bad they had to put on like a cybernetic arm because his arm's all screwed up and shattered. So the bones in his arms shattered, and his spider healing can't fix it fast enough for him to get back in the fight. So they put this cybernetic arm on him. It looks badass, but that's what got me into Spider-Man in the early 90s. And that got me into X-Men and yada, yada, yada. But I was a big DC fan back then. So.
Yep.
I don't care about the new shit. I don't care about Miles Morales. I thought the Miles Morales stuff in the Spider-Man game for PS4 and PS5, I was like, I don't care. I don't care about this kid. Oh, great. He gets spider powers. I could give a shit less.
That game was fucking outstanding, though. You got
Yes, it was. No, I love that game.
That game was outstanding.
I bought that game 3 times. So I bought the game.
You're the one who told me to go out and get it, and I did that fucking day. I literally drove and went and picked it up that day, and I never do that.
That game is fantastic. It's I still give that a 9. I got it on PS4. I bought it on PS5, and I've got it on PC as well. So games like that are reward when they come out on multiple systems. Like we just got Diablo 4, got it on PC, got it on Xbox. I won't get it on PS5 because I'll never play it on PS5. But
before we sign off on the show, I have to admit that I may actually become a bit of a YouTuber, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because I've been recently. Oh, Makini Draws for $10 says if Mike was in SF6, his
Street Fighter 6.
Okay, his critical art would involve throwing his opponent out of a window and then jumping out himself to body slam. Then he'll do all the. Okay, you know what?
Thank you, Makini.
And then I'd be all over Chudley. Yeah, like, hey baby, what's your name? That's.
We're gonna throw Mikey out the window this morning. Skull!
All right, before we sign off, I got to real quickly just announce this. I may be tempted to become a YouTuber because I've been made aware that there's something called Lawn Mowing Simulator.
Oh, my God. Yes.
And I might actually, in the next week or two, go live on my own channel doing Lawn Mowing Simulator.
But if you make a company, you got to call it Smokey's Lawn Service. We know our grass.
If you do that, would it be kind of racist?
Oh my God, I'm going to make it so I'm going to do this. If I actually cross the line and live stream on my own channel, I will allow people to not only call me a YouTuber, but I am going to wear my sombrero as I play Lawn Mowing Simulator. So who's interested? People in the chat. Should Mexican Ironman go live in the month of June with a sombrero on and live stream Lawn Mowing Simulator? Who's in? Let me know in the chat.
We've got Elijah Snow that says, "Oh God, stream that." Undead Ramen says, "Oh my fucking God, loving mowing simulator." Damn. Brandon, the anime guy, says, "Mim mowing a lawn virtually." Yes. Jay Drunk 3PO was the #1 streamer on that for multiple weeks.
He was. Jay did this.
Apparently.
Huh. I didn't even. I missed that.
I will watch this and retweet it every chance I get.
All
Undead
right.
Ramen. Sombrero and a bag of Tostitos. Mark's 47.
Oh, I need salsa and chips. That's a great idea.
And you got to grow out your mustache. The mustache.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, that's good. All right, I'm getting great ideas in the chat. I didn't even know Drunk 3PO did this. I just found out about this yesterday on a live stream. Someone told me about it.
Carlos Estrada with $2 super chat says, lawnmower competition against Drunk 3PO win.
Let's see.
Drunk ain't got a chance. He's not Mexican enough.
Latino Slant says, I love white boy landscapers. Don't steal their jobs.
Oh,
Mike.
We suck, Mike. Unless you're an old dude, like an old white dude, yeah, maybe. I'll show you how to trim those hedges, right?
Sadly, it's only single player on Xbox.
Aw.
So,
You know, they got it on Steam too, don't they?
Yeah, they got it on Steam. Just get it on Steam.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mad Mardigan made me want to get that cop simulator, but then I'm like, well, I want to chase some crooks and shit. And he's like, well, most of it's just giving out tickets. I'm like, that's lame.
Oh, screw that. They don't want you doing anything dangerous because, yeah.
Oh my God! I am gonna set up the camera and everything. You're gonna watch me. I'm gonna go like, fuck it. You know what? Tom, I'm gonna cross the line and officially stream on my channel, which will by default make me a YouTuber.
Don't get the Xbox version because then you're gonna have to, dude. That'll be way complicated. You're gonna have to get like a restream thing, and you got to get like a capture card and all that shit. Don't do that. Just do it on your PC. Be so much easier. Or your PS5. PS5 is really easy.
I heard that, Tom.
And PC is really easy. Of course you did. That was the voice of God, Tom.
No. All right, with that,
we're out of here. I want to thank Tom. Thank you so much for hopping on here. Mikey, as always, brother, you make Taco Tuesdays. So thank you for being the co-host here. Thank you so much.
Oh my God,
guys,
I can even get the kind of lawnmower. I can even choose what brand. I can get Toro or I can get other brands that I might like Skag.
Really, really quick, guys. Pops is supposed to be doing the Jurassic Park anniversary. I do not know if I'm going to be able to do that with him. The call I got earlier, I just found out was for the house that we are getting. And I've got to go look at it and approve it today. It has to be today. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to grab Ashley and Eris and get her over there early enough so that I can make the stream with Pops or not. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I won't have to cancel on him, but I'm just about to call him and let him know. But don't miss out on that stream with Pops for his Jurassic Park anniversary stream later today. So guys, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you again, everyone, for your awesome super chats. Mark the Infinitely Tired, Psychodorp 9, Shellback TJC, June Wong, Culture Casino, Larry, Elijah Snow, Carlos Estrada, Snowdub, DJ Ronnie G, Machiny Draws, and Shum.
And don't forget to see me and Tom tonight on Midnight Sedge After Dark.
That's right. There's no MILF mode in the game. No getting with the lady of the house for extra service, Mikey.
I noticed. I already found that. I know.
Shum,
Paulie, you don't
$5
want me touching your lawn.
I'll pay Tom and pizzas to do my lawn.
I'm horrible.
Thank you, Shum.
Thank you, Shum, and thank you again, Tom. Thank you all for being here. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We'll see you guys on the next Taco Tuesday. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
And Taco Tuesday tonight, starring El Perro de Rivera on Snowdub's channel. Don't miss it.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.